The Galactic Council had never encountered a species quite like humans. Captain Trell of the Vondari Defense Fleet stared at the holographic display, mandibles clicking nervously as the small Earth vessel approached the blockade. His exoskeleton vibrated slightly, a physiological response his species had evolved to anticipate danger. "Sir, the human ship continues its approach. They're not responding to warnings," reported Officer Mick, her compound eyes reflecting the red alert signals pulsing throughout the command center. "Send another communication burst. Make it clear that this is restricted space by order of the Galactic Council," Trell commanded, his voice carrying the artificial calm of a veteran officer. In truth, the captain was perplexed. The human vessel was tiny, barely a shovel by Council standards. Yet it sailed directly toward a flotilla that could reduce it to atoms in seconds. Either these humans were suicidal, or they knew something the Vondari didn't. "Message sent," Mick confirmed. Still no response. The bridge fell silent as the distance between predator and prey continued to shrink. Trell had read the briefings on humans. Bipedal mammals from a high-gravity, nitrogen-oxygen world, they had somehow survived their chaotic evolution to become spacefaring. The Council considered them a curiosity, potentially useful, but ultimately harmless. Trell wasn't so sure. "Tactical analysis," he asked. Lieutenant Dov, the weapons officer, answered immediately. "No energy weapons detected. Minimal shielding. They appear to be running on a standard fusion drive. Nothing remarkable. Yet they approach without fear," Trell mused. Why? The question hung in the recycled air of the command center, unanswered. Then, without warning, the human vessel stopped. For 30 seconds, nothing happened. The Council fleet maintained position, weapons ready but unfired. "Sir, the human vessel is transmitting data," Mick exclaimed. "To whom?" Trell demanded. "To everyone. It's broadcasting on all frequencies. Some kind of mathematical sequence, followed by images." Trell's personal console chimed, indicating the transmission had been automatically received and translated. He tapped the screen, and a simple message appeared. "Do not fear. Human threat logged GD. We come to ELP." Below the text was an image that made Trell's hemolymph run cold. A detailed map of Vondari patrol routes throughout the sector, alongside predicted movements of the swarm. The swarm, the very reason for the blockade. For decades, the Council had contained knowledge of the silicon-based hive consciousness that consumed everything in its path. For decades, they had quarantined affected sectors, allowing the swarm to feed on isolated colonies rather than risk full-scale war. And somehow, these humans knew. "Sir, we're receiving a request for direct communication from the human vessel," Mick reported, her voice uncharacteristically hesitant. Trell straightened his posture. "Accept it." The holographic display shifted, revealing a human face. Female, Trell guessed, though he was still learning to distinguish their subtle sexual dimorphism. "Captain Trell of the Vondari Defense Fleet," the human greeted him, her pronunciation of his name surprisingly accurate. "I am Commander Anna of Earth Expeditionary Force. We apologize for the directness of our approach, but time is critical." "How do you know about the swarm?" Trell demanded, dispensing with formalities. The human's expression didn't change. "We've been monitoring Council communications for years. We know about the quarantine strategy. We know about the sacrificed colonies. Then you know why you must turn back," Trell replied firmly. "This sector is forbidden to non-Council ships." Commander Anna shook her head, a uniquely human gesture. "Captain, your analysts have misunderstood the swarm's movement patterns. They're not consuming randomly. They're building strength for a coordinated attack. According to our models, they'll breach containment within 7 standard days." Impossible, Trell thought. Council predictive systems were the most advanced in the galaxy. It's something the human's tone gave him pause. "Even if that were true," he said carefully, "what could one small human vessel offer against such a threat?" For the first time, the human's face displayed emotion, the baring of teeth that humans called a smile. "This isn't our battleship, Captain. This is our ambassador. The battleship is hiding in the radiation shadow of your sixth planet, waiting for authorization to engage. Trell's antennae stiffened in shock. Impossible. Our sensors would have. Your sensors detect what they're designed to detect. Anna interrupted. The swarm evolved to hide from conventional scanning methods. So did we. With a gesture, she expanded her transmission to show a tactical display. There, impossibly, was the outline of a massive vessel, easily twice the size of Trell's flagship, where nothing had registered before. How? He whispered. Humanity evolved on a death world, Captain. Before we reached the stars, we spent millennia trying to exterminate each other. When peace finally came, we turned those same skills to protection. We've spent generations preparing for threats exactly like the swarm. Anna's expression softened. The Council sees humans as primitive because we still embrace our biological nature. What they miss is that our greatest strength lies in transforming our fears into action. She paused, then added, We logged the swarm as a threat the moment we detected it. Now we're ready to help eliminate it, with or without Council approval. Trell's mind raced. Council doctrine demanded he report this incursion, await orders, maintain the containment strategy. But if the humans were right about the swarm's intentions, what do you propose? He asked finally. A joint operation. Your fleet provides distraction and containment. Our ship delivers the payload, a synthetic virus that rewrites the swarm's silicon base code. Not destruction, but reprogramming. And in exchange, official recognition of Earth by the Galactic Council and an end to the policy of keeping humanity ignorant of galactic threats. Trell contemplated the offer, weighing decades of training against the evidence before him. Finally, he made his decision. Very well, Commander. Let us see what humans can do. As he gave orders to his confused officers, Trell reflected that the Council would need to update its assessment of humans. They weren't just another species to be managed and eventually absorbed into the galactic community. They were something new, something that had evolved to transform fear into preparedness, threat into opportunity, and perhaps, just perhaps, they were exactly what the galaxy needed.